So we are going to see some objective questions regarding the topic deep foundation, and the subject we are talking about is building construction. The first question in front of us is saying while foundation is preferred when soil has low SBC, that is soil bearing capacity, or when the soil is expansive, or when the loads are too heavy, or all of the above. See, we are going for pile foundation when we find out that the bearing capacity of soil is low when the loads imposed by the superstructure is very high. Okay, and when soil is expansive, let's for an example take black cotton soil. The black cotton soil has a property to expand when moisture is added to it, and it shrinks when moisture is removed from it. Therefore volumetric changes takes place that impose additional stress on the structure, which is not good for the foundation of the structure. Okay, therefore we will be using a pile foundation for that specific structure or in that specific circumstances. Therefore the answer here is option D, all of the above. Okay, pile foundation is preferred when soil has low SBC, soil is expansive, and when the loads imposed by the superstructure are too heavy or very much in magnitude. Then piles are classified on the basis of, see, we classify the pile on the basis of its function. Okay, how the pile is helping the superstructure for its stability, how it is going to help achieve stability of the superstructure. Then composition, of what material the pile is made up of, whether it is made up of steel, whether it is made up of cement, concrete, or whether it is made up of timber. Okay, therefore piles may be classified on the basis of function also and composition as well. That's why answer here is going to be both of the above. All right, then fill in the blank. Piles are used at seashore. Is it dolphin or anchor or tension or all of the above? See, we use dolphin pile in order to protect the shore structure, okay, the seaside structure, from the impact of waves, from the impact of ship. Okay, anchor pile and tension pile is something else. We use dolphin pile and fender piles at the seashore for protection of seashore structure. Answer is A, dolphin. Then compaction piles may be a simple fill in the blank pile. See, a compaction pile may be a simple sand pile. Okay, see here, sand pile do not take any load. Okay, what we do, we use a compaction pile that compresses the loose granular soil, and when we are adding sand to that void, it is going to consume the space in that area and thereby causing compaction of the nearby loose granular soil. Okay, by doing this we are strengthening the nearby soil strata. Okay, that's why the answer here is sand. Compaction piles may be a simple sand pile. Then fill in the blank piles are used to restrict water inflow. We can use a sheet pile in order to restrict the inflow of water, and the same sheet pile can be used in coffer dam in order to make the temporary water holding structure. Okay, the answer is fill in the blank pile is sheet pile. We can use a sheet pile to restrict the inflow of water. For example, let's say we are viewing this sheet pile in cross section. Okay, and here water is there. Then if we have inserted a sheet pile like this, then what will happen, this water will not find its entry directly on this dry area, or the seepage path will be restricted by this sheet pile. Okay, then temporary enclosure in water bodies utilized for construction purpose is called as, okay, focus the word temporary enclosure, a temporary structure. See, this temporary enclosure in order to create dry space in a water body is called as coffer dam. What is coffer dam? Let's say you are viewing plan of a river. Okay, this is direction of flow. Now in case we have to construct a pier or a column over here, then what we will do, we will have to first create a dry space over here. Okay, then in order to have a dry space in flowing water or in static water, what we have to do, we have to eliminate entry of water in this zone. Okay, this can be sheet pile or earthen structure which is called as a copper dam. What copper dam will be doing? It will be restricting the entry of water so that a constructor, a builder, the user can have dry space for carrying out its construction purposes. Okay, this is what a copper dam. Then copper dam is made up of, see, we can use any material which is provided in the option for making up a copper dam. You can use timber piles or directly timber over there. You can have pile of earth which will be acting as a temporary barrier to the water, or you can simply use steel piles, steel sheet piles that will be restricting or stopping the entry of water inside the dry space you want to have for the construction purpose. Therefore, answer we should tick here is any of the above. You can go for any material as long as it restricts or stops the entry of water into the dry space the user desires of. Okay, then fill in the blank are also referred to as wells. What do we call well? Is it box caisson or pneumatic caisson or open caisson? See, box caisson is closed at both the end. Then pneumatic caisson is closed at top and open at end. And when we are talking about open caisson, it is open at both ends. And similar is the structure of a well. It is open at both the ends. That's why open caisson is called as well also. Shortly, we will call open caisson as a well. Okay, then fill in the blank makes up the wall of the caisson. See, when we are talking about caisson or well foundation, this is how the caisson looks. Okay, this is the cutting edge and curve and all these things that we are going to discuss in separate question. See, here this specific wall, this body of the caisson is called as steining. Okay, steining makes up the wall of the caisson. Okay, this is what steining. Then shape of bottom plug in caisson is kept. Is it concave or convex or flat, or we can have any shape? See, in order to make use of the inverted arch action, what we have to do, we will be having our caisson like this and the bottom plug will be having convex shape. What will happen because of the convex shape? We will be achieving the inverted arch action over here. Whatever be the load that is imposed by the weight of the caisson itself and the superstructure above it will be exerted on that inverted arch, and the arching action will be helping in achieving stability of that caisson or that well foundation. Okay, that's why what we will do, we will have our bottom plug in shape of convex shape. Okay, this is what a convex shape. Concave will be like this, convex will be like this, and flat will be like this. We are preferring this one, convex shape. Then fill in the blank supports the weight of the caisson. The answer is curb. Curb supports the weight of the caisson. For example, this is the caisson, then this is the curb over here, and below the curb cutting edge is there. Curb totally supports the weight of the caisson, and here in the curb we fit our bottom plug. Okay, this is the curb portion. Then state whether the statement is true or false. Buoyancy and skin friction helps in sinking operation of caisson. See, let's find out if it is true or false. What happens when we are trying to sink, let's say, pneumatic caisson or a box caisson inside? These are the cutting edges. When it is being submerged in water, obviously its weight is going to reduce because of the buoyant force of water. Okay, buoyancy is going to cause restriction to the downward journey of caisson. Okay, and skin friction, when we are trying to sink this specific caisson on the bed of the river or on the bed of sea or ocean, the skin friction or the resistance force provided by the soil particle which are present inside the bed of the river will be causing resistance to downward entry of the caisson. And when these factors are resisting the downward entry of caisson inside the bed, means we will not be having the sunken depth properly for that specific caisson. Okay, the caisson will not stand on its very position or very place when the forces such as buoyancy and skin friction are resisting its sinking action or sinking operation. That's why when we are saying that they are going to help, no, they are not helping, they are resisting or opposing the sinking operation. That's why we will tick option false. Then fill in the blank caissons are closed at the top and open at bottom. See, box caisson, when we are talking about box caisson, it is closed at both ends. Then when we are talking about open caisson or well, it is open at both the end. And when we are talking about pneumatic caisson, it is open at bottom and closed at top. Hexagonal is nothing but a shape. That's why this is not the answer. This is not the answer. This is not the answer. Correct answer is pneumatic. Pneumatic caisson is the one which is closed at top and open at bottom. Then Kentledge in caisson is sunk depth, load on it for sinking, ratio of sunk depth or unsunk depth. Then none of the above. See, we refer the load which is kept on caisson as the Kentledge. For example, this is a pneumatic caisson we are talking about, and we want to sink this caisson into the riverbed. Then whatever load, whatever weight in the form of sandbag or cement bags are there, this specific load used for sinking operation of the caisson is called as Kentledge. Okay, this is Kentledge load. Therefore, option B is the answer. Then jetting operation is done in order to first is hammer the caisson into the bed, remove the soil resisting the sinking operation, then push caisson upward for balancing it, or none of the above. See, when we are talking about jetting operation, we are talking about entry of the caisson properly into the riverbed. For example, this is the portion where the sinking operation will be resisted by the soil particle present in the riverbed. Now what we will do, we will jet water over here. What will happen because of jetting? Soil particle will be dislodged from this specific area and the caisson will find its opportunity to sink deeper into the riverbed so that proper stability is achieved. Okay, therefore what is the jetting operation here? Removal of the soil resisting the sinking operation. Option B is the one. Then sheet piles are used for. Why we are using the sheet piles? Controlling seepage, confining soil, making copper dam, all of the above. See, you can use sheet pile for any of these use. We can have sheet pile sunk into the soil in order to resist the entry of water. Okay, we can confine soil. For example, some soil type is there and we want to set up a boundary for having the soil within the periphery, then we can use the sheet pile. In case we want to make copper dam, we can easily use the sheet pile. Therefore, all of the above makes up the correct answer here. Then efficiency of pile in group depends on the parameters such as length is there, diameter is there, material, all of the above parameter help in increasing or decreasing the efficiency of piles in group. Okay, then efficiency of a pile group increases to fill in the blank when one pile is added to a previous group of two piles. See, when we are talking about a pile group of two piles, then the group efficiency of this two pile is only 52%. Okay, and when we add another pile to the group efficiency increases to literally 97%. Okay, addition of one single pile to a previous group of two pile makes the total efficiency as good as 97%. Okay, then composite piles are made by using concrete. Can we use steel? Yes, we can use steel along with concrete. Can we use timber? Yes. Can we use both? Yes, obviously. You can have composite pile means it will be having two different material. Okay, steel and concrete can be combined, or timber and concrete can also be combined. Therefore, the answer will be both. Then, fill in the blank piles do not require a hard stratum to rest on. Is it end bearing or friction? Let's find out. See, when we are talking about end bearing pile, then we are talking about a pile that is going to rest its end on a hard strata. Okay, this is what? A hard strata. And this is the soft strata, and over this pile the superstructure will be lying. Then when we are talking about a friction pile, then soft strata will be there. This is what? Soft strata, but there will not be any hard strata present, and the friction pile will be achieving its efficiency by the net resistive force offered by the soil particle over the surface of the pile. Okay, and by using this friction phenomenon, the friction pile has its stability. Therefore, friction pile do not require a hard stratum to rest on. Okay, so that was all for the deep foundation questions. Hope you loved the video. Do follow us on YouTube. Simplified Learning is the name of the channel. If you are a Hindi viewer, Simplified Learning Hindi is the name of the channel. Then Simplified Learning is also present on Instagram. Also, we do conduct tests on Telegram, so do follow Simplified Learning on Telegram also. And new addition is there. We will be going in form of podcast on Spotify also. Okay, Civil Engineering Exam Prep is the channel name of the podcast on Spotify. So do find us on Spotify also. Till then, take care. Bye bye.